spiritual radio. This is AchieveRadio.com. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/AchieveRadio.
I'm Anne-Marie, and Joseph, how are you today?
Well, I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Holding up there.
Yeah, well, we're holding up.
Absolutely. I feel saddened by my girl not winning yesterday, but on the other hand, I refuse to be beat down. I refuse. I've talked to people today that have been hateful, upset, just beyond themselves. My sister went to school to teach today, and she was like so saddened. There's so many people that I think have got the wrong idea that suddenly we're going to have a Holocaust.
Well, the card that I drew today was after I was watching the elections, and I stayed up until I heard that Clinton had conceded. So I thought, well, I'm going to bed, and I pulled a card for the card of the day, and I drew the Wheel of Fortune, which, it means, well, yeah, I mean, I thought, well, okay, so that means that everything changes, and it also means that it's a reminder that, we cannot control everything. I mean, there's a certain amount of things that we can control, and there's things that we can't control. And, that was what people voted for, and we can't control that. I mean, we can control how we vote, but we can't control the mass. So, but also, the Wheel of Fortune also means that, it's not all bad. Though we don't see that right now, but it's the Wheel of Fortune, and that wheel is, it could be anything. And it's very appropriate, though it's also a little bit frustrating, but I suppose any other card wouldn't have been suitable, all things considered.
Maybe mine goes with that, because I'm using the energy deck today, and my card came up magnetism.
Really?
Which says, I attract and magnetize to me all that I need to get what I want. So I think what that simply is saying is that despite the fact that you may not have a president in the office that you want, and for those that are happy with the results, congratulations. But no matter what, you are an entity within yourself in a country called America, in the blue marble called Earth. And you still have to live your life every day, trying your best to live your life by following your heart and by making choices that will magnetize to you the life that you want, the friends that you want, the compassion that you want. So I think it's really whether, a Martian got in or whatever.
Well, that would be interesting.
Yes, it would. And there may be different.
But it's still,
yeah.
It also, what's funny about the Wheel of Fortune is it does point to things like people who have been having financial trouble will have good news. You know,
Yes.
and so I mean,
Yes.
there's other parts of this card. There's a part of it that says, "Oh, you can't control everything, and you know tomorrow's another day," and this too shall pass, and it's true. And the other thing is that this card also means very good is a good omen financially to a lot of people who haven't had any luck. It will also affect people who have been on a stretch of good luck. They might have a dip down, according to this card. You know,
Well,
I'm not an,
we
I'm not an economics
economic.
expert. You know, but I'm
We
just saying
voted
the
in.
card
But
says that really, and that's basically something that it's a possibility. So don't be. I know it sounds bad if you're not if it's not who you wanted, but you know what can you do?
hey, it was a businessman that got voted in, so it
Oh,
would make sense. Would make
yeah,
sense that if nothing else,
yeah.
Um, the only thing that just totally blows me away that I had never have seen in America is the idea of Putin and Trump holding hands and skipping down the road. That
Well,
just that
yeah, I
is
don't know.
so different than we've
Hmm.
ever seen in this country. And
But
it's just like
anyway,
I've never seen
yeah.
Putin say, you know, thank you, thank you, thank you, with such
Well,
excitement.
it's a rather disconcerting thing. If you know, I will say it certainly is. It certainly is different. But I
Very
would say
different.
that you
Maybe a little
know
positive.
your readings and all the goals that everyone's been working on. I'd say stick with it and don't let you know your disappointments. You know, if you are disappointed, don't let that stop you from doing what you've already been doing to work on improving your world around you. I'd say stick with it. You know,
Right.
just
And the
keep going and doing what you're doing, and
Yes, love your family,
yeah,
love your pets.
sure,
Go to
sure,
work, come home, make a paycheck, do what you
hmm
always do and have
right.
always done in whatever comfort zone that is.
Thank
I don't know,
you.
but you know, it is what it is. And you know, the fact that any one of us is going to have an invitation into the White House is pretty slim. So
Yeah, I
I
doubt
don't see
that.
this.
Yeah,
Don't see this affecting most of us very much.
yeah.
Um, anyway, so you know, I was going to say one of the ways that I dealt with the sadness today. Do you have any comfort things you do when you're sad?
Well, actually, I listened to music today. Yeah,
Ah,
I did a lot. Um, you know, I'm busy with work on the internet and juggling things throughout the day. But actually, at the point when I was listening to music, that's when I felt really sad. I was just disappointed by, just by a lot of things, but especially wasn't really expecting, you know, the turn out the way they did. But that's it is. I don't usually share my views, but I that's what happens when you're following so closely. You know, and I was just thinking, well, God, I've seen some stinkers before. You know, so and we've seen it before. You know, we've seen our elections. We've been unhappy with
you know,
that before.
but you know,
My concern was for all the newbies who were. It was very involving, and that's what was the let was to actually be so involved in paying attention and really trying to keep all the BS, trying to keep look through all the BS, and and basing your decisions based upon the best your best choices that you have presented to you, and but I could see how this could be extremely upsetting for the very young who have never voted before, who haven't seen this before, who haven't, like say, disappointed or or whatever. And but to anybody that wanted this, well, then this is what they got. It's just, they voted, and this is what comes from voting. You got to have the votes. If you don't have the votes, you're not going to win.
There's
what happens.
There's another interesting. I want to say hi to Rebecca, who wants an organic angel reading, and Lena, who says she wants to know which manager will be nicer to her, Peter or Jason. I believe these are for me. I'm not sure. Oh, that was for the 10 p.m. show. Okay, this is 3. We have Rebecca, and then we have our own people in our own room, and we have Anita on the
Peter
call. But
or Jason.
I wanted to say that today I always feel like when I have sadness, I have a favorite pair of sheepskin moccasins, and I always know that when I've really hit a point where instead of pounding down chocolate, and I will say yesterday, Joseph, I am going to admit this. After our reading where you said you pulled a woman and I pulled a man, I bought a pack of cigarettes.
Pull the upside down Queen of Pentacles and interpret that as being Hillary. That doesn't necessarily mean that I was correct in my interpretation of that card.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
I was going to say that yesterday in anticipation, I bought a pack of cigarettes, and I just sat and I waited and I smoked my brains out. And it was like, I don't do that. But it was like, well, I also got 2 great big candy bars. So between the 2 candy bars and the pack of cigarettes, it was like I was just waiting for shit to hit the fan. And it was so crazy. So anyway, I just wanted to say that I'm wearing my favorite sheepskin moccasins today. And let me see. Let's start with...
well, I pulled cards and lost be the best one for her. But now, what was her name? Because I'm showing that she's worried about. Well, she has a good reason to be worried at work, but because if it goes the way that she doesn't want it to go, is nice. It's concerned. The thing, what I got here was the 9 of Swords, and it's a reminder to her is to not let her worries get out of control. There's things that you can't control in this situation. You do realize that you have a feeling you can't control this because it is beyond control. These other people are doing, and they don't involve you directly, but they will, But anyway, you can't worry about everything. And
okay, Joe, I'm wondering, Joseph, I'm wondering if maybe you need to reconnect with Bill, because you're starting to sound robotic.
Okay, let's see what happens here. Is this better?
And let's see. Say it again.
Is this any better?
A little better, yeah.
Okay, so this card is telling her that don't spend too much time worrying out. Just do that you can do and focus more on your job. It's like just be professional, but then don't be cautious about being social with these people. Basically, I see them as just people you work with, and I'd worrying about it isn't change anything. It's just do the best you can. And problems that arise will be temporary. It's rare that it's going to cause you to leave or something. So I'm just saying, just a period where you're going to feel kind of prickly for a while. Just focus on what you're doing and don't worry about the personality. Just don't get involved with that. Just do your work. Okay? That's what I'm seeing about that.
Yeah, Joe, we're still getting a lot of robotic sounds from you. It's like every other word. So I'm
Uh,
wondering if maybe you could, Bill says he'll try to, if you can log off, he'll try to get you back in the show again.
okay, sure.
Okay,
Alrighty.
and I'll do my end of the thing here. That
Okay, will do.
okay. I'm going to go to Brenda, and Brenda is from Ohio, and she says, "Hi, Anne Marie and Joseph. I recently had to get rid of my old car because it wouldn't pass inspection, and quickly had to buy another used one. Hit my finances pretty hard. Boy, we can all relate to that. Can you tell me how you see my finances over the next 6 months?" I will be happy to look at that, Brenda, and we'll have Joseph come back into the show and give you his interpretation of that. And when I look at the next 6 months for you, this is what I see. I see that November and December are going to be very tight for you. But it says even as soon as December, I see that you are coming out of your imprisoning financial situation, and you already seem to be getting better by January and February. And this is the cool part. By March, it says something phenomenal happens financially for you, and I'm showing that you're really doing super good. So I'm going to say, don't get upset about this. I think that the only real tough months for you, Brenda, are going to be November and December. Look for things to pick up by January, February, with March crescendo into much better financial happiness. And that's what I see, Brenda. Okay. So I'm wondering if Joseph is back in yet, and not yet. Okay, so we're going to go to Dave from Denver. And Dave says, "Anne Marie." Oh, I love you guys when you give these little funny things. Denver Dave says, "Anne Marie, if a Martian was elected, are there any native born Martians? Can you imagine the birther controversy?" Well, Dave, let's just for fun, pull up what is the future? What would the future look like with a Martian or with an alien in charge? And if I look at that, the first thing comes up is major insecurity, but a sense of hope, because he doesn't care if you are his best friend, and he's not going to say anything to try to make you think he's going to uh, throw magic beans into the ground for you. He just has this very insightful, intuitive brilliance to fix the earth and know without a doubt how to help us see two pathways, one for earth like ways, and the other path for the enlightened way. So consequently, it says you're physically going to want to be on Achieve Radio much more, listening to Joseph and I and the rest of the Achieve people, because as you know, Ion has had a lot to say about internet, these people, and I guess I would look at it with a kind of a quirky way of saying it. And so, Joseph, are you
Yes,
there?
I'm
Did
back.
Jay? Yes, I know. I'm talking to you.
Yes.
Dave says, "Anne Marie, if a Martian was elected, are there any native born Martians? And can you imagine the birther controversy?" So
Definitely.
I pulled a.
Well, let's see. Well, actually, there is a theory that alien hybrids do walk among us, and some people are alien hybrids, and it's in their it's in their DNA, or they have a rare blood type, and they don't
Yeah.
really know
Well,
that they're aliens.
I
You
pulled
never know, It
I
might be one of
pulled
those alpha people that you might run into that are like super talented or like super nice or something.
to go along with Dave. I pulled a quick spread on quick five card spread on what it would be like if a alien were in charge, and it came out that he would do very little to throw promises like magic beans into our magic predictions, but that he would have a deep knowing of how to put us on the right path of enlightenment to get the earth back together. That was just what came up. How about you? Just out of fun for Dave.
Well, yeah, I haven't pulled one. Let's see what happens.
Just for fun.
Okay, sure. Oh, 10 of Swords. That's scary.
Oh, that's scary. Yeah, for you.
Well, it's well,
that would not be
actually, I do see that whenever I do see this, it's I'm seeing that. Well, I'm seeing that it would be a complete change, and that, okay, first of all, you have to. I would see it as like anything that we consider to be important, or let's say anything that investments in terms of, like, say, corporations and all the more monetary things everybody's caught up in. That's not going to have a whole lot of meaning to somebody who's an alien.
an alien president. Yes.
An alien president would not see that same value. So it would be it would be a really huge change. And some people, it wouldn't be bad, but it would be really bad if you're really riding well with the way things are being done now.
With the corruptness of the way that the human race has gotten ahead.
If you're benefiting from the corruptness that is present in our country, I would say they're not going to like the alien president because all that would be thrown out the window. Because they would be looking at. They would be looking at what would truly be the best things.
Thank you very much.
Not if they have. It's like what you were saying, because they wouldn't have an axe to grind. They wouldn't have these investments. They wouldn't be involved. Hopefully not. If they were, well then of course that. If we're considering that this alien has a pure sense of what it would be best. Like, how do we know that the alien wouldn't be greedy? Or be involved in the oil company or something. Or
this specific alien that I saw would not be selfish. He would be more of the enlightened source.
Yeah, I didn't see him as being selfish. Yeah.
Yep. So that concludes. Last time we had a political statement. This concludes our reading on what would happen if we had an alien for a president. All right. Okay.
Well, basically,
that's reality.
You have to be careful. You have to be careful of where you put your trust, and that's basically what the Ten of Swords is that it's one of those things you go, it sounds great, but it's an alien, and we're always assuming that they know best and that they have our interests. So I didn't see it quite as optimistic, but I didn't see it as the end of the world.
Okay, we're going to go to Sandy from Connecticut on the phone. Sandy, how are you today?
Hi, Sandy.
Hello, thank you.
What can we
Hello?
do for you today? Yes. What can we do for you today?
I wanted to the fall has come out. I spoke to you and Eric were on, and I spoke to both of you, and you both, I can't tell you how right you both were. The opportunities, the changing things around, I'm getting better. It's been just amazing, and I really just wanted to just let you know that how much you helped me. Both of you, the last time I had spoke to you, do you remember Eric was on?
Yes, and Eric was supposed to be on today, but Eric is having a kidney stone operation today. So
yeah, I know about that. We
yeah.
mutual friend and she told me about his problem. I am so sorry. I do wish him the very, very best.
Yeah, he'll be.
But I just wanted
okay. But you're welcome. Yes, thank you.
Both of you hit the nail right on the head. Yeah, we're both completely right. As things unfolded, I felt confidence because I knew it was happening. It was just wonderful, and I really wanted to thank you for that.
And today,
the last 2 years, I have gotten sick on December, and I haven't been able to get a Christmas to enjoy. Is there anything in the cards that say anything about, possibly December is going to be a much better year than I've had for the past 2 years?
Okay.
Joseph,
yeah.
I'm going to let Joseph take over.
Well, gee. Christmas, that would be nice.
Yeah, definitely. And I thank you so much for your time.
Oh,
absolutely.
You're welcome.
Oh,
I made a mess of these cards, so I'm just going to grab these out and lay them down.
Okay, can I do one real quick on this?
Oh, sure.
Sandy, this is what it says.
Mm-hmm.
Your most empowering 2 qualities for Christmas are to relax and just feel good about how you can let go and how you have been able to solve your problem much better. So it says the best thing that I see for your Christmas is to relax and go with the flow. And that may sound very trite, but that's what comes through. It's all about being able to just relax. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's a very, very, thank you very much. Thank you.
Joseph, what do you have?
Yeah. Well, I'm seeing that balance is being stressed by 2 wands, and it's almost like what Anne Marie said about relaxing, and it's important that you maintain balance of, like, say, business and personal, and like, say, take everything, keep it on yin yang, and everything falls in place. Like in terms of work smoother and with love, it shows that things are becoming or will get more equal with your relationship. I mean, you have this nice balance. So, and balance in everything is that's like this is Christmas, that everything is balanced. As long as you stay on the balance, you'd be great. And so I'd see it because it's important for your chakras and everything, and the mind, spirit, keep it all balanced. And like with the holidays, there's all spiritual for the holidays, all festivities. So keep in mind both of that yin and yang, that that there's a balance to that too. So I think you should be pretty good.
You're probably having Sandy. Could you understand him?
Could you hear me?
Not really clear because he was breaking up. He was talking.
Your voice.
It was intermittent voice.
Oh, boy, I'm
but from
sorry.
That's all right.
Through, I was able to figure out what he was saying. He's saying that to keep balance in my life, And
Yeah.
you're saying relax,
Yeah,
so
balance.
it's be balanced, be relaxed, and know that everything's going to be fine.
Right.
Absolutely.
Keep the balance. Yeah.
I'm really looking for this.
You'll see it all balancing out in all ways. Always keep in mind of if you're getting, also give. And if you keep that up, it's going to be fine, because it's all balances out. Energy-wise, body, mind, chakra, even your relationship becomes more balanced. So I think it should be pretty cool.
So I think sometimes for many of us, Christmas really goes downhill when we start to ask ourselves, how am I going to feel this day? How am I going to get through this day? And it's just almost as if we kind of set ourselves up to expect too much, when most of the times that we have truly been able to have wonderful encounters with family, friends, or loved ones, has been when we just stopped analyzing and relaxed. And my feeling is that you are so much better, on a better path in life, much more spiritual path. Now, just go with it and just realize that it can sometimes be the internalizing of past painful experiences that keeps us from going into the present. And I say being able to relax from and let go of anything that you felt afraid of or that you felt negatively about for yourself, as Joseph said, the chakras, aligning them is balance, and balance is relaxation, letting go of your expectations, going with the flow. And
I take what you said into my heart, and I will follow those instructions. I
Thanks,
really
Sandy.
will.
Okay.
Well, have a great holidays. Enjoy the holidays.
I'm not going to even fear the idea that this Christmas I'm going to be real sick and I won't be able to enjoy Christmas. Plus, Christmas is my birthday. I was born 3 minutes after 12 Christmas morning.
Oh, wow.
So I've missed.
That's cool.
So
But this year and this year I'm putting all my eggs are going to be in the basket of it's going to be a great Christmas, and I'm not even going to get the sniffles.
Good for you.
So thank you both very much. You make me see it. Look forward to it.
You're welcome.
Bye, hon.
Okay, thank you very much again. Goodbye.
Thanks for calling
Bye-bye.
in.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry that my connect so
It's
bad.
better now. It's better now.
Oh, good.
Rebecca says
Okay.
she wanted to have an organic angel reading, and I don't think that I gave her one. Did you give her one?
No, who asked for it?
This is Rebecca, and she wanted an
Oh.
organic angel reading. Organic is fun.
Well, why
Is it
don't you go with that one, because that's
all right?
yeah.
Okay,
because
so here's the things I see,
Okay.
Rebecca, that seem to be what your angels want you to know. Your angels want you to know that this is a very empowering year for you. Recognize and appreciate the little things, the little signs that inspire you, and go with it. Your reading says also, like Sandy, that your angels are saying, relax. Just relax. Your angel reading also says that when you start to feel more confident, that glitter of anticipation or insecurity disappears from your eyes, and you will notice that people respond and mirror back more confidence to you. Your angel reading also says that understand that if you have been experiencing a fear of cold people or a fear of people that do not like you, understand that now that you're a more empowered person, Now that you are not going to worry about that, you're also not going to start kissing people's butts like you used to. So your angel reading says between feeling better about yourself, feeling more empowered, being able to relax will help you to not have that glitter of insecurity and anticipation in your eyes, which will be mirrored back by people who suddenly say, that woman feels pretty darn good about herself. You know what? She must be worth it. And so everything here, Rebecca says it's a great year, a more empowering year. And remember, don't give more than you get back, because that will just sink you back into backwards. So relax. That's what I see.
It is interesting because, I drew the Seven of Pentacles and it landed upside down, which is that it talks about, this card talks about getting back, having to do with getting back what you've given out in the past, regardless of what that might have been. So if she's given out too much, she hadn't gotten back a return. But it also points out that she needs to be clearer about her goals. She's being urged to look at her goals with a more realistic view, and to look at what she can do tangibly to attain these goals, rather than making them so ahead. It's not time. They're not clear, and so it seems to me that she's being urged to be more precise, and also realize that.
What do you mean
she
by
needs
be
to
more?
change.
What do you mean by be more precise?
More precise in her goals, and more realistic. To know more about it. I'm not seeing a realistic view of what she wants. It's not clear, and it seems to be maybe perhaps a little naive. That is probably the correct word. But she's also being urged to be open-minded about things that you can change, that she can change, or that she needs to change. So that's what I got for that angel reading. I've never done angel readings before, so that's my attempt at doing that. But I'm seeing that she's being urged to go through a change. Like you can't. Okay, the situation won't change unless she goes through a change herself. So that
Simplify. It sounds like you're saying simplify. Simplify. Stop stretching your goals out so that they're bigger than what you can possibly do, and then set yourself up for disappointment.
Realistic goals, things that that you could actually make plans for, things that actually that are doable, not like my goal is to buy an island. Well.
Yeah.
It has to be something a little more closer to your reach, I think, and something that can be plausibly done, and actually, work towards in a reasonable way, and attained in a reasonable amount of time, or at least you get some result. So, yeah. But I'm seeing that they want you to be very realistic. Simplify your goals.
Simplify, relax.
Even in finances.
You may find yourself much more empowered. You may actually attain more by expecting less. And I'm not saying sit on the couch and eat a bunch of chocolate and chill out in front of the TV for hours. I think what we're saying is that just simplify your expectations of others and perhaps of yourself and how much you can truly accomplish, and realize that sometimes, what is it, baby steps? What about Bob? I remember that movie, What About Bob? And it was just like, you start out with the little things and then you get bigger as you go, but you can't set your goals to be so big that you set yourself up for failure and then beat yourself up. Give yourself pats along the way. Start smaller and go as you go along, and then have that glitter of anticipation, maybe a little quieter, soften it.
Well, it's
and
like
make
if you want to make a certain, say if you say, well, I want a job that would pay me enough. Well, how about how much would that be? You know, you have to know, you know, what is enough? Like, what can you live on? What would be ideal per month within reason, and realistically, what are you able to, accomplish? Right?
right.
You know, so you know, like looking at your finances. You have to be realistic now. You have to be, you have to just take a good hard look and to really, like say if you have charge debt and stuff, it's like, well, are you spending more than you're making? All these little things to think about. But I'm seeing that this card, this reverse Seven of Pentacles, money or monetary things. I am seeing that. I would say if there is an angel there that probably is saying you
Angel
need
of simplicity.
you need to look at things. You need to get some more info so you can look at things in a more educated way or a more grown-up way, and see the reality of the figures. And if you don't understand it, ask somebody, who does know that knows what they're talking about. About this financial situation. But I am seeing that this is what they want you to do. They want you to really focus and pay attention, simplify, and be direct with your goals. Pick a more reasonable goal, and
You'll stop
start
beating
from
yourself
within.
up you'll stop beating yourself up because you won't be setting your goals to so big that you're destined to fail.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, we have Joseph from Tennessee, and Joseph says, "Hi, can you please give me a 3-month financial reading? Thank you so much."
Joseph from Tennessee. Finances, wow.
Is that a good laugh or a bad laugh?
Well, it's just really funny on this day. It's like we have a new president, and now everybody wants to know about the finances. So
well, I'm showing really good stuff. How about you? What are you showing?
Well, I'm seeing wands in the future, and what we have here, 6 of Wands, which goes in well with this. Six of Wands, it's a very positive omen, and even if it's upside down, things can be worked around with it. Wands usually symbolize work, so that's a very positive. I do see that. I do see that you're going to be things will work as long as you try to keep your life in some sort of balance. It does mean that good's coming your way, but I'm seeing that it's not going to come as fast as you'd like. Maybe it's not going to happen in the 3 months. I'm seeing more like 6. There are delays and things, but I am seeing that what you're hoping for is finally going to come through. So don't be afraid of, apparently, well, what you're doing now is what you should be doing. We're looking at the path you're on now, So I am seeing that you keep working at this, and yeah, you're gonna have a return. It's gonna work out. You know, if I would say, if you're currently working, I am seeing that your work is going to be appreciated and valued in general, but I am seeing that there's going to be a few conflicts, and the recommendation for that is don't react. Don't overreact. I mean, there's just a saying, kill them with kindness. You know, you take the high road, and even use that also in your job hunt. And I'm seeing that's what you are doing, and so I see it working out. I see that things are going to improve. You know, and I'm seeing that it has to do with work, and that's the question. Finances, work. But be very detailed regarding your finances. You know, pay attention to your bank statements and stuff, and keep that up. You know, and because you might find out that there's a rock unturned. You know, like, oh, look, money. You know,
Well,
so
and that's
I see it
interesting.
working out. Yeah.
November, I see, Joseph, that is actually very empowering decision month for you about a financial investment or a decision. January, it shows you surrounded by the potential for connections. Connections could be people giving you business. Connections could be people that you will be attaining more money from. But it also says that, that's December. So December is also seen as the month of friends. And I feel connections are good for business, but friends are also, for whatever reason, people that you might want to buy small gifts for in December in appreciation for business people or connections, to maybe help you, which is seen in January, a stimulation package of financial increase for you. So again, November is seen as a month of aggressive empowerment, with December seen as a good month to make connections, maybe with small gifts or things to people that you appreciate, whether it's business-wise or family, with a financial stimulus program for you in January, meaning an increase that seems very good for you. And that's what I see for the next 3 months.
Yeah, I want to add that, I had drawn temperance for the present day, and that's an acknowledgement that he's a high aim person. Aim high, and that's a good thing. No, not higher than what you should. But I've always felt the same way. Is that I've always believed if I don't aim high, then when I fall short, I won't be as high as I would have been if I hadn't aimed so high. You see what I'm saying? I like to aim high so that when I fall short, it's still pretty good. It's still better than it would have been if I didn't. But I also want to add, don't have such high expectations of yourself and other people that can't be achieved. Okay.
Right.
Don't. I mean, that's the other side of that. It's like, yeah, aim high. That's good. Because I've always thought, look, if you're trying really hard for something, it really helps to do that, because if you do fall short, then it's going to work out better than if you weren't that hard working. I do see that what you're working on now and stuff, I do see that that's going for you in a big way. But also, too, I want to stress, don't aim so high that it's something that you couldn't possibly, and other people, it's like, a lot of times we expect other people to be as crazy as we are. A lot of times they're not. They just see things differently, so
Okay, well, I'm going to go to Sunny from Pennsylvania. Sunny wants a general reading, and I'm going to give a quick general since we kind of just ended with you, and I'll do a quickie here. We have
Okay.
6 minutes and 35 cents. 6:30. 6:30. So,
It changed
okay,
back.
yeah.
What
All
was the
right.
reading?
Can I have a general reading? So here's what comes up in a 5-card general reading for you, Sunny. For whatever reason, your major card in the present is saying that a lot of focus has been given to either career or family. There's also a sense that you are in recovery about something that hurts you or something that devastated you in the last 3 months. Your reading says, move on. Your reading says, this is about your home or this is about your career, and that you will get resolve and healing through these two components. And I think that it will give you the focus you need to be able to kind of walk away from your depression about whatever happened in the past, and then stay on course. Don't lose your focus and find yourself kind of backpedaling back into, oh, gee, this happened to me and this happened to me. And whether this is just residue from a presidential election or whether this is residue from a actual personal hurtful occurrence, I would say move on. Things look good, but you have to stay focused on getting your mind off the past. And that's what I have. Joe?
Yeah, the moon tells me that your faith has been tested, and I am seeing that, in the Eight of Swords in the present day, that you feel as though you're trapped and you're overwhelmed. You're feeling trapped and overwhelmed. But what I do see coming for you, as depicted in the Three of Wands, that you're going to put this behind you, and actually you're going to notice that things are around you are better. This card talks about work, and I'm seeing work in a positive way, that you're going to have a lot to be proud of regarding your performance, and I'm seeing that you're going to get rewards for having done good work. And if you're looking for work, I'm seeing that that's going to be, finding a position soon is going to be a lot easier than you thought. So basically, this card is a reminder for you to hold your head up high, because you have a lot that you're bringing to life, and you are a good package as a person, and basically, you've always been a good worker. And I'm seeing that.
Okay, we've got 3 minutes and 3 people.
Yeah, I'm seeing things working out. I'm seeing that it's like your ship's going to come in. So I do see that the trapped feeling you have, that's all going to change. Okay, in the near future.
We have too many people to finish, but Emily from Connecticut, we send you blessings. It says she started a job that is more physical than she anticipated and exhausted, and she wanted to know if this job is going to get better. Blessings to you both, Anne-Marie and Joseph. We send you blessings also, Emily, but we don't have time to give you a reading on that. Jan from LA says, hi, Joseph and Anne-Marie. My husband has taken on a lot more responsibility at work since the company is now under new ownership. Do you see him getting a raise, and how does it all work out? Thank you both. Jan, we will ask you to come back next week. We wish we could give you more, and we also want to say, Exana from California, we send you blessings. We wish we could get to you, but we only have 2 minutes, and Exana's from.
As for Jan, Four of Wands, things are getting better. Things will get better soon. Real quick,
Good.
That's the best we can do. But I mean, we could talk more later next week
and then
or next time.
We have We have Gwendolyn from Maryland and says, hello, Anne-Marie and Joseph. I'm in the process of getting to know Al. We are friends. He has invited me on a trip with him to the Caribbean. What is the energy around this trip? Fun, fun, fun. Well, one card on that. Quick. One card. We have 1 minute.
Okay, well, I got the Three of Cups here, and that's pretty good. That's a party card, really. I mean, good harvest, abundance,
celebration.
Fun. I'm saying a celebration. I say fun times.
And I get the card, energetic card of believe, that says, if you believe that this is something that you are investing in with your money and your time, and it's going to be a wonderful experience and memory, by gosh, it will be. Believe.
Yeah,
and,
this pleasant stuff, pleasant reunions, good fun, work, great.
Yep.
Good omens.
And so we ask Xena from California, please do come back next Wednesday. And I do want to say Adrienne Austin will be on next Wednesday for a Brass Ovary Sisterhood Day. So, Joe, I will see you the first 2 days of December. And thank you for being with me. And
thank you for having me back.
Yeah, we have 3 whole weeks with Joseph. So thank you. Applause.
Thank you. Thanks. It's great being here. Thank you so much.
Psychic radio, holistic radio, spiritual radio. This is AchieveRadio.com.